What's up, everyone? Hello to my beautiful people. Thank you for tuning into my channel again. And if you haven't subscribed, I don't know what's stopping you. Please subscribe. So today I wanted to discuss pregnancy while living with cerebral palsy. I say cerebral. I know, I guess that the medical term is cerebral, but whatever. Cerebral palsy. So I can only tell you guys how my situation went. I have 3 beautiful children, so I can definitely tell you guys how that went for me. And then always keep in mind, everybody's different, everybody's bodies handle things differently, and all of that good stuff. So after this quick intro, we'll jump into the video. All right, guys and girls, sorry. So I'm driving right now to physical therapy. Don't worry, everything is completely safe. The camera's put in the window. I'm not touching it, so we're good to go. Okay, so I have, like I said, I have 3 beautiful children. My first child that I had, I was younger. I guess not really young compared to the people nowadays. Like younger people are having kids, but so I guess I was like mid-age, I would say. I was 24 when I had my first child, which was a lot easier on my body at that time, to be honest. I was, like I said, I was 24. I had my first son, Valentino. I had all my children naturally, vaginally. So a lot of people ask me, or they just assume, they don't even ask. So you had a C-section? No. I pushed them out just like everybody else. Or not everybody else. And it's not like it's a problem to have a C-section at all. It's just funny to me that people automatically assume that I had a C-section because I'm disabled. So kind of frustrating and annoying, but at the same time, it is what it is. Being a mother, carrying a child, it doesn't matter how you deliver, you are a soldier. Like, you did it. It doesn't matter how it was done, but no, I had my children vaginally. So, I'm a really, really small girl. Naturally, before having kids, I weigh maybe 90, 95 on my thick days. Like, I barely reach 95 ever. Let me just keep it real with myself. I wish I was 95 pounds. But I'm 4'11" and I'm about 90 pounds. So having a child, carrying a baby was extremely, really, really, really hard for me. And the older I got, the harder it was. So Valentino, I delivered at 24, and I had an epidural, and it worked perfectly. Everything was fine. Memphis, who's now my 3-year-old, I delivered him at 33. Yeah, 33. I think I was 33. And that was much harder for me. So I had already had a hip replacement. I had a hip replacement at 27 years old. So that made things so much harder for me. Ever since I had my hip replacement, I have never physically been the same again. I regret it. I guess that it was I needed it, but it makes it so hard for me to get on the ground. Like, I can barely get on the ground. And if I do sit on the floor, then I need help getting up. And so with Memphis, it was really challenging. I mean, because it was already, like 6 years later. My body was tired. With Valentino, I was still getting around on my crutches really good. I still was a little off balance, obviously. But I was doing it. I was getting around. And then so with Memphis, I was in the scooter a lot. And my husband, he's a South African citizen. So when I was pregnant with Memphis, we were going through the 90-day fiance visa process. So he actually watched Memphis be born on FaceTime. So I'll get into our beautiful love story another time, because it is like the cutest love story you ever heard. But yeah, so he actually came to the States 10 days after Memphis was born. So I was alone during my pregnancy with Memphis, and it was really, really hard. But Valentino, at such a young age, you would never believe it, but he was like such a big supporter. Like, he helped me through everything. And there was even times that I would fall in the bathroom, like in the middle of the night, because, you know, you have to pee like 1,000 times. And I would literally be on the floor in the bathroom, and he would have to call my mom to come and help me pick me up. So those of you that are considering having children and you're physically disabled, I mean, do it. But just know it's that much harder for us. Don't have people tell you you can't do it, because you can do it. But let me tell you, from my honest to God opinion, it is one of the most trying times of my life. It is very, very, very hard. And it gets easier. It gets easier. So just know that there is, you know, an end to the madness. It does get better, but it always is challenging. And so Memphis's delivery was really hard. I had an epidural, and I gained the most weight with Memphis. I delivered at 129, so I was exhausted. And I know people are laughing, 129, that's how much I weigh right now. But just imagine never weighing that much and having a disability and being completely off balance. So I was like totally off balance. And it, like I said, it was really hard. And so with Memphis, I had an epidural, but when they do my epidural, they have to do it a little bit differently because I had a rhizotomy when I was about 12, and the rhizotomy was a spinal surgery on my back. Well, on my back, it was spine, and they cut the nerves, stopping a lot of the spasticity that I get because of my cerebral palsy. I have spastic cerebral palsy, so it changed my life for the better. But delivering a baby, the epidural was a little bit more challenging. So anyways, when they did it, I don't know any of the medical terms, but something went wrong, really, really wrong. And I had like an extreme headache immediately, like not even headache, like migraine. I couldn't see, I was sick, and this was going on for 5 days. I could barely hold my son. I could barely sign the documents that I had to sign for his birth certificate. Like, it was bad. It was really, really bad. So I had to go back to the hospital. I contacted the anesthesiologist, and he happened to be South African also, so that was pretty cool. Really, really nice doctor. And he had to give me a spinal tap 5 days later. It worked immediately. I mean, the headaches went away right away, so he had to make it better. So it was really bad. So then when I delivered, then I had my third child. Trey came, my husband came in town, and we got married. So he got here 10 days after Memphis was born, and then like 2 weeks later we got married, right? And then Memphis was 6 months old, and we found out we're having another one. So we handled business pretty quickly. So with Charlie, I gained about 20 pounds. Again, was off balance, but things were easier this pregnancy because I had support. Trey was here, but it was still hard because I had a 6-month-old baby when I first found out I was pregnant. So it was crazy time. So with Charlie, they tried to give me an epidural. It did not work. It was horrible. So I literally went through all of the I went through the epidural, but it just didn't take because of my spine. So that was awful. But I went through it, whatever. Had my baby naturally with no epidural. So it was crazy, but she was little. All my children were pretty small, so but not too small to go home. So Charlie was 5 pounds and a few ounces. Memphis and Tina were 6 pounds 3 ounces, or 6 pounds 2 ounces, something like that, and like 19 inches, 21 inches, one of them was, I can't remember, but they were all fine. So everything was fine. And I get a lot of questions like, do your children have cerebral palsy? No, it is not a disease. It's a condition. My children are completely healthy. I'm so blessed. I couldn't like ask for a better blessing, even though it's not a disease, it's not hereditary. As a mother with a disability, I always watched my children, like I would watch them in the crib just to see like when they would stand and they would pull themselves up. Like, I'm a crybaby. I would cry like, they're doing it, oh my gosh. People don't realize the blessing, like your baby's walking. Like, I was like that with all of my kids, and I'm still like that. But yeah, it was awesome. It was hard, very, very hard. It's still very, very hard. But I have an amazing husband. I have an amazing son. My kids are great. Like, kids adapt. So when it's time to go somewhere, my kids are jumping on my scooter. When it's time to cook, my kids are pulling up chairs next to me. Like, they just adapt. So if you're considering having a child with a disability, you can do it. Just prepare yourself and know it takes a village to raise a child, and don't be ashamed to ask for help, because at the end of the day, we all need help, and we may need just a little bit more help than the others. So who cares? Like, it is what it is. It's fine. You know, you can still do it, but it is it is challenging. So with all of my kids, I wanted to do like this gorgeous photo shoot and blah, blah, blah. So never happened. I only did one photo shoot, and I was pregnant with Memphis. And let me just tell you, the pictures are phenomenal. Eric Jimenez did my makeup. He's so great. And, and my cousin did my pictures, Trina. So the pictures turned out awesome. I can't tell you how many times I laughed and peed all over because, I mean, forget it. I had no control. Like, it was ridiculous. And then one of my pictures, so sexy, I'm laying on the ground. I don't know, I needed like Sophia, she picked me up, Trina everyone picked me up. And by the way, I'm laying on the ground doing a nude photo because I mean, I'm so cute. And if you guys could have only seen how it went down. So take a look at a few of these pictures. They did turn out gorgeous and I'm so blessed. I wish I did it with all of them, but keep in mind, that was even crazy. So take a look at the pics, guys. Guys, I told you they look awesome, but yeah, it was quite a scene to get them together. So thanks again for subscribing to my channel. I am going to definitely touch more on my relationship. Like I said, the 90-day fiance visa, it's awesome. We've been married for almost 4 years. September 3rd will be 4 years. That was crazy. I had to travel to another country by myself on my scooter, but love makes you do crazy things. And thank God I did it because look at me now. We are happily married with 3 beautiful kids. I couldn't be happier. So I'll touch on that. And then I also want to always let you guys know I'm a licensed real estate agent. Help me grow. I work for a team called the Bull Group. They seen something in me that I didn't even see in myself. And I'm so, so happy that they showed me how great I can do at this career. So I will be showing houses when I don't know. Soon I will, but right now I'm just perfecting my craft and getting to know people and doing that. But please cheer me on. And then if you guys have not subscribed, please, please, please subscribe. I really, really want to get my message out there. I'll continue with my pranks and all my fun stuff with my kids, but I love and appreciate all of my subscribers. I want you guys to know that I'm a huge crybaby. So anytime I ever get a message from somebody, like a parent with a child of CP or someone with CP, like, they tell me that they're so happy I've done this channel, like literally I am crying. My husband walks in, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I just got this message and blah, blah, blah. So that's me. I'm a big crybaby. So please keep up the support. I truly, truly love and appreciate all of you. Thanks, guys. Till next time.